Greetings, everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Don't forget to push the like button. I got to train you guys. Anyway, thanks for the great responses to my most recent video introducing someone to classic rock, which 10 albums would kind of start a collection to a newbie. So I'm doing the opposite to that right now. You're a classic rock fan and you're so frickin' sick of classic rock that you don't ever want to hear it again, but you can't find anything else. You need to open your ears first. Now, a lot of people say, I just don't like jazz. I don't like country. I don't like this. I don't like that. There are great records in every genre. I'm sure I'm not a hip-hop fan, but I bet you someone could come up with something that would appeal to me. Beastie Boys or something, but I'm just not, I can't explore it. I don't know. I'm not interested in listening to a bunch of stuff. So here I am to help you out. Albums you need to listen to expand your musical horizons. I'm assuming that if you watch YouTube videos that are being made by passionate music lovers, that you too are a passionate music lover and you appreciate great musicianship, which is what leads me to listen to different genres of music. Now, let's start with a classic rock artist who, from Jefferson Airplane, Jorma Taccone, or Jorma, or however you pronounce his name. I've shown this album before. It's called Qua or Quay, Q-U-A-H. Now, this album is all acoustic, some acoustic country type acoustic picking, some folky stuff, some gospel-y stuff, but just amazing guitar playing and really cool songs. It's worth checking out. You got to check this out. That's as close as I'm going to get to classic rock in this video. Qua. There you go. Check that album out. Jorma Taccone. Next, I showed the CD a couple of weeks ago that I just got it, but this came out in the maybe early 80s, 80, 81. Again, acoustic guitar. Friday Night in San Francisco. Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia. This is 3 virtuosic guitar players doing a concert together. They play a part, they play solo. It's just such incredible playing. You have to check this out if you've never heard this album. It's a famous record, but nothing to do with classic rock. Then they just released, because Al Di Meola had the tape, the Saturday Night Show. Get either one or get both. They're both incredible. Saturday Night in San Francisco, Friday Night in San Francisco. You owe yourself to listen to those albums if you've never heard them. A modern jazz guy, young, hip. He's got a street cred, and it's a real dirty, gritty, incredible jazz album called The Epic. I would almost call this a masterpiece of jazz. I freaking love this album, and I love the cover. It's fantastic. I want to get my hands on the vinyl, actually. This is one of my favorite jazz albums. This guy is cool. I mean, just look at the back of that. I saw these guys play at Danforth Music Hall in Toronto, pretty intimate theater, and blew me away. They were great, but man, this guy hung around with, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar. That's kind of where he came out of that whole scene with that guy. So if you're, he does definitely have some street cred. The Epic, Kamasi, Washington. Check it out. I'm a bluegrasser. Billy Strings. This guy's taken the world by storm. He's all over YouTube. His concerts. He's almost like the Grateful Dead of bluegrass. Great player, great acoustic guitar player. He's got great musicians with him. This album's called Home. It's fantastic. Just search Billy Strings on YouTube, and he's got a ton of live performances on. Watch this kid play. He's freaking phenomenal. Even don't let the word bluegrass scare you. Check this out. Billy Strings. This guy's a superstar. One of my favorite jazz albums. This album is really accessible, I think. Fun, funky. Uh, Charles Mingus, one of the great albums of all time. Great cover too. Just I don't know how to describe it other than just listen to it. It's got a gospely kind of a jazzy, bluesy, R&B, funky kind of feel to it. Amazing musician, Charles Mingus. Oh, how do you get into world music? Well, you start with people like Cooter, who are incredible and have no fear of playing any kind of music, whether they're in Africa or in Cuba or down in South America or Mexico, wherever the hell they are. Cooter collaborated with this gentleman by the name of Manuel Galban. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mambo Sinuendo. This is like South American surf music is what I'm going to call it. Just great guitar playing. Fantastic. Check this album out. All instrumental. Great record. Mambo Sinuendo. Cooter, Manuel Galban. I like saying Galban. A jazz artist I just freaking love. The most energetic musician on the planet right now. Hiromi goes by one name. She's like the Cher of jazz. Fantastic musician. I say that if Jerry Lee Lewis and Chick Corea had a baby, it was Hiromi. She has Jerry Lee Lewis's energy and Chick Corea's chops. And just check out her videos on YouTube. You want to see somebody with some high energy performance. She has a ton of records out. She had a band together called Hiromi Sonic Bloom, and this one's called Time Control. Check her out, Hiromi. Okay, see, I don't like country music. I hate country music. Well, here's a country star, Marty Stewart. Marty Stewart started off as a bluegrass musician playing with Lester Flatt. He was considered a phenom as a kid. And he's kind of involved in that new country movement, I guess, which kind of turned me off a little bit, thinking his music had gone that direction. But this album, Marty Stewart, Way Out West, The Fabulous Superlatives is the name of his band. This was produced by Mike Campbell. It's great. Haunting kind of surf Telecaster guitar and freaking great songs. This is not a country album. Marty Stewart, Way Out West. Check it out. Fantastic record. I'll always have great thanks to Sam St. John for turning me on to that album. It's one of my favorites. Bela Fleck. You hear me talk about Bela Fleck all the time. This is a guy who plays a banjo, but he could have played any instrument with strings on it. The man is an incredible musician. Again, virtuosic musician. He gets together every once in a while with two other incredible musicians. Edgar Meyer plays a double bass, big upright bass, plays it with a bow. And Zakir Hussain, who is an Indian percussionist, famous for playing the tabla, has played with George Harrison, Ravi Shankar. He has his own music. Just these three musicians together are magic. This is a new album they've got out called As We Speak. If you go to my community page, I share a concert they did on the tiny stage at NPR Radio, National Public Radio, and check that out. But I'm telling you, this is inspiring musicianship. It just is incredible. Hope you guys are taking notes. A band I just recently found out about over the last few months, I guess, maybe, I don't know, on Larry's channel we had the incredible Arthur Brown on with us, and he mentioned a band he's into called The Comet is Coming. I love these guys. This is exciting music. It's a mix of funk, jazz, electronica. It's just a mix of everything, and it like a dance beat. It's got everything, man. It's great. They got so many albums out, and well, two or three, and This one is called Hyperdimensional Expansion Beam. On Impulse. I'm dying to see these guys live. The main three guys are saxophone, keyboards, mostly synth, and drums. But oh my God, the power and the playing, fantastic. Last but not least, Miles Davis. Could I have picked Kinda Blue? Considered the greatest jazz album of all time. I think the most bought, purchased jazz album of all time. A classic, but I think if you're moving away from rock into thing, you got to kind of go to more of his fusion stuff. I was going to pick Bitches Brew, which I think most people would pick, but not me. I'm picking one that I like better than Bitches Brew. Jack Johnson. John McLaughlin's playing on this. Guitar playing is friggin' fantastic. There's only 2 songs on this album. One side and 2 sides. And it's brilliant. You got to check out Jack Johnson. It's incredible. Okay, so that's my 10. 11, I think. Please, open your ears. Listen for one little thing that inspires you when you listen to it. Don't listen to the whole thing as one big package of music. Listen to the bass and listen to each individual instrument and find something that excites you in it, and then pursue it from there. And I'm telling you, these are all incredible musicians. There's something there that if you're not into it, that you're missing, and you need to dig deeper, man. Dig deeper. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you next time.